Hi guys, so today we are doing an experiment. I would like you to tell me, is the quality better on this or on this? Let me know whether it's this one or this one, because I'm kind of in two minds as to which one to use. This one is my iPhone on the front camera. Okay, I use the front camera because it's easier for me to see, to make sure that I'm in shot and all of that lot when I'm doing selfies. I use the iPhone when I'm out and about. This is my Sony camera, my vlogging camera, and basically I put it away for a while and I didn't use it, but I'm kind of like, you know, I want to use it. So I'm going to do the rest of the video in my Sony cam, and we'll say goodbye to the iPhone for this video, for today anyway. And I want you to tell me which one you prefer. This one or this one? One or two? iPhone, camera. Let me know. It's Monday, the 17th? Yeah. My phone's locked for some bizarre reason. It's Monday the 17th. It's hot. It's really, really hot. And Daryl's off school again. My grandkids last week had like diarrhea, and it looks like Daryl's got it as well, which is annoying, but you know, can't be helped. So my mirror is just here, so yeah. He spent yesterday on and off the toilet, and he's only been near the grandkids like once or twice, but Nathaniel was off all last week with it. And then we had them Saturday, and by the end of Saturday, Daryl was like, "Oh, I told you it was alright. Oh, you're killing me." And then he basically every hour was going up and sitting on the toilet. But that's just one of those things, isn't it? That's what happens when you've got lots of kids within a family. So I've been thinking about the hair situation. Yeah, I've got a couple of bits where it lightened it up considerably, but then the rest of it just looks like a kind of gingery mess. So I think I'm going to have to go the bleach route. I think that is the only option left to me, is to bleach it and then dye it, really. Because I want to go silver, and then I want to add some fillers, and then a bit of like, not a huge amount, or maybe, you know what I'm like, but that's my plan. That's what I want to do. So I don't know, what do you think? I mean, I know that like some people think I look old and tired with grey hair. Well, you know, fuck you. It would be a lot easier if I didn't have to keep dyeing it. That's nearly empty. I don't know if I've got another one. Oh, I've got one in porcelain. I might paint my nails later. Got this. Don't know if it's any good. Might do my toenails. Anyway, yeah, it would be a lot easier if I didn't have to keep dyeing it, is what I'm thinking, you know? I reckon I could, right. long grey locks. I reckon I'd look hot. What do you think? I'm a bit annoyed. I've got the remote for this camera, this thing, and it's like sort of like a tripod and a remote all in one. And the batteries ran out, so I finally got around to putting a new battery in after fucking Christ knows how long of it not working, and it's still not working. So I'm wondering if I've got to do something to like connect it, because I don't know where the instruction book is, so I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm going for a heavy look because it really is hot today, and I do want to go out for a walk with Daryl in a little while, because he's not ill, he's just had diarrhoea, but school policy is, like most workplaces, you're not allowed in until you've been clear for 48 hours. And he hasn't been clear for 48 hours. So he can't go in. But I'm not going to keep him at home just because school has this policy. He's going to go fucking stir crazy. So I think we could go out for a nice walk in a little while. Oh shit, it's just drying on my face and not blending. I may end up taking my septum ring out. Apart from the fact it sits wonky in my nose, I think it's irritating me. And I keep getting dry skin on the end of my nose, so I don't know if you've noticed, I am losing nails. I've I suppose you could say fired my nail technician. I've been going to Sarah since she was a student, and I love her to bits. We have a good giggle and a good laugh, but nails are expensive, you know. She charges me £30, which I know is really, really cheap, and I go every 3 weeks. But I get fed up with them not lasting the 3 weeks. And I get fed up of walking around like this with a nail missing. And she never, ever, or, you know, once in a fucking blue moon, gets me in for repairs. If she did, I'd be in every week getting repairs done. You know? Because they just don't last. And I figure £10 a week, while it's not a lot of money, some weeks it is. And I know she's good and she doesn't mind me paying until, you know, if I want to hold off paying until I get paid or whatever, she's alright with that, and that's great. But you wouldn't pay £10 for something that breaks in a week ordinarily. So why am I with nails? So I thought long and hard about it. Callie had the same issue, she was getting a bit annoyed with it as well. So I decided to stop getting my nails done. Keep wondering about maybe getting some of those stick-on jobbies, you know, that you see advertised all over the place, but I don't know how good they are. I know that looks really dark, don't worry about it. So do I get them and like see what they're like? Or there's wraps, that's something else I could try. Not 100% sure on that darker thingy. Contour, but it looks a lot darker on the little camera screen. Yeah, So yeah, so I sent her a message and just said I wouldn't be going in anymore. Will I go anywhere else? Probably not. To be honest, I don't really have much time anymore, you know. And when I go to something that's more than a couple of hours, it means I've got to get somebody in to sort of look after mum, especially if it's during the day. I'd still like to do a sort of once a month day out with Canny, but that probably won't happen. It's my birthday this week. I'll be 49. I don't know whether my children have anything planned. Probably not. Doubt I'll get anything. Maybe we need to come out with some like darker sort of browny shades, because I love brown shades in this you know, the ink vinyl. I love their shades. This is my favourite. I'd love it even more if they did one with a brown undertone rather than a pink undertone, because they're all slightly in the pinks, you know. Well, they just don't look right. Oh no. Anyway, that's me for today. Anyway, what we're going to do now, yeah, I'm going to do mum lunch in probably about an hour, and then hopefully Darren and I will get out. But yeah, I'm thinking I will be bleaching to remove colour, and then I'm going to make some new dreads. Part of me is like, just buy the hair and do it yourself, you know, because it would be so much fucking cheaper. Because I could just buy the hair and then do it. But if I order it, then I don't have to worry about getting it done. I just have to wait, and it'll be expensive. I might get in touch with the lady that I got my Luxe dreads from, you know, the ones with the like curled ends, and just say to her like, I want probably 18-inch extent, if I can get this silver, yeah, 18 inches on here, which is what, about that long. That would take it down more than enough, 16 to 18 inches. But I want thick ends. I don't want fucking, you know, 6 feet of wispy ends like a lot of dread makers do, which I don't like. So yeah, let's see. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do some lunch and shit for my mum and whatever. I thought this lady out there with a brolly for a minute, it's not, she's got a parasol. I've seen her about before. She's got a cap on backwards and a parasol, navy one with a blue frill trim. Let's try that again. Frill trim around it. Yes. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. I'm such a bad vlogger. Bad vlogger. I've done like loads of stuff those last couple of days and I haven't vlogged any of it. I yesterday reorganised my kitchen because it felt cramped all of a sudden. I'll explain to you why. We'll go down and we'll have a look at it in a minute. So I've basically decluttered and really blitzed my kitchen. So that was good. And then I did a top coat on the bathroom door. It needs a second one, which I'm a bit bummed about. I was going to do it today, but then I got out and I mowed the lawn and like attacked the bramble that's coming through from next door. So I've got bramble coming from them in my back garden and they've got ivy from me in their front garden. So yeah, we're pretty even. I was going to paint the bathroom door, but quite frankly, I'm exhausted. And I was really clammy and sweaty because it's fucking hot here today. So, yeah, I decided to have a shower and wash my hair. which I really enjoyed. I gave my hair a really good, like, I washed it once with Herbal Essences. I use Herbal Essences Daily Detox, which is a clarifying shampoo which helps get any residue out. So I used that first. Then I used some more of that shampoo that was left over from when I tried to lift my hair. That stuff suds up really, really well. Then I rinsed that out, and then I used some of my Shea Moisturising Manuka Honey, I think it is, shampoo, and I leave that in for a little bit because it's a moisturising shampoo and my hair needs the moisture after being lifted. So I'm also going to oil my hair in a minute. And I go downstairs to replace some of the moisture in it just to make it feel good. And then I'm going to probably not do an awful lot more for the rest of the day. I'm knackered. Well, I did vacuum this morning as well, if you're sort of wondering, you know, what you've done to mow the lawn. I need to get on and finish the About Me videos, don't I? Maybe I should just do like one video, you know. Maybe that's what I need to do. And I hope I don't get interrupted. Daryl's off school. He had a jiffy tummy diarrhea over the weekend and he's still going on. So the school have a 48-hour policy, which means that children have to be diarrhea free for 48 hours before they're allowed back in school. And because he hasn't been, he's not allowed back in school. So chances are he's going to be off all week. And he got it off of my grandson, who had it last week. Now Daryl's got it. And then Kai texted me today, the younger one's got it now as well. So yeah, that's great. I don't know what to put on now. Might put dungarees on. Yeah. So yeah, bit of a bummer because my older grandson wants to go to Amazon World. And I spoke to her today and I was like, do you know what, I could take them on a weekday because there's no reason Daryl can't go out. He's just not allowed to go to school. He feels fine in himself. So at first I said tomorrow, but then I've got to drop Matt to the hospital for a 24-hour ECG. He's got to pick that up and be fitted for it. And it's like at lunchtime, so I'm just not, you know. So I said I might take them on Thursday. People want me to spend my birthday, I suppose, trailing around Amazon World with my kids and, well, with my son and my grandkids. I'll get the car seats in the car, that's always fun. Yeah, right, I better get dressed because it is 3:45 and I'm expecting shopping in the next 45 minutes and they're always early. So yeah, I better get dressed. Okay. Haha. So, now that I've had a shower, I think that's my kitchen. So I'm just going to turn you around. This is my kitchen now. So basically what I did yesterday was I moved the microwave. The microwave used to be here. And what I've done is I've moved it, moved it away and I cleaned all down the side behind the dish drainer here because it became a storage for plants and shit like that, and it was messy and it was cobwebby and it wasn't very nice. So I cleaned took this out. I even cleaned the fucking shit tiles that I hate, that I want to get rid of. So yeah, cleaned all of that and I moved the microwave. So where did I move it to? I moved it over there. So this is now my tea, well, it's always been my tea making area, but I used to have like tablets, medication and that, which was in this tub, sort of over there, and it just wasn't a fully utilised space, so I've put the microwave here. It feels slightly crowded, slightly, but I think it's just a case of getting used to it. So part of what I did today was I cooked a big lunch for my mum, and yeah, it actually worked out really well. I also cut the grass today, so I'm going to show that. Show my garden. But I had to go right over and clean out like a load of bramble. This was all weeds this morning. So I got out here, I mowed the lawn, I got over there and I pulled out a load of bramble that's coming through from next door. I got up there and I did the same thing, so it looks much better. I fed the tortoise because he like started chasing me. I've got a thing that grows here and it like overtakes the front of the step, so I got in and I cut all of that out and just generally tidied up and made my garden look so much better. So I must remember to put the garden bin out tonight. We have, well, you pay for it, but the council will take a bin with garden waste. No soil, but they will take garden waste. So I've got to put that out tonight. And then I was really hot and sweaty, so I just had a shower. Don't normally have a shower in the middle of the day. Well, not in the like afternoon, but yeah. So my camera looks like it's sitting like that slightly, so everything might be slightly pissed. That's a bit annoying, but never mind. Good morning. It is the 19th, is it a Wednesday? It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. I am taking Matt up to the hospital in a little while to be fitted for a 24-hour ECG tape, as they call it. For those that don't know, my son is a cardiac patient. He was born with a hole which was repaired when he was 10. But he still has a slight hole and he has aortic regurgitation. And they said he might need a valve replacement in his 30s. Well, of course he's 31. And he's just started showing symptoms. So the hospital were being really, really good, because we went in, well, a couple of weeks ago, a month ago tops, and he said, yes, I have symptoms, and they're like, right. And instead of being like, oh yeah, you know, we'll get you to see somebody, don't worry, and all that lot, excuse me, they're like, right, okay, we want you to do this test and this test and this test, and want you back within 6 months. So wow, you know, that's my cat. So yeah, instead of sort of being like blasé about it, they're really like, which is good, because I was honestly expecting them to sort of say, oh, that's fine, it's early days yet, don't worry. But they're not. They're really sort of like, oh yeah, okay, let's get on with this. The first thing he's got to have done is an ECG tape, and what that means is he's basically going to get hooked up to electrodes for the next 24 hours. They're going to send him home, he's not got to stay in. And then next Thursday he's got to go and have a stress impact MRI. And what that is they will inject him with some drugs to make his heart race. I'm assuming adrenaline. And then they will do an MRI to see like his heart in full. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And then we're back with the consultant in November. This gives them time to sort of review it all and discuss surgically whether it's time to take him in and look at getting this valve replaced. So yeah, he might end up bionic soon. I won't lie, I'm a bit nervous about it, you know. Does anybody else get this sort of patchy shit with their sponge sometimes? It really annoys me. I think that sponge might have been too wet because that middle bit's completely gone. Yeah, he had open heart surgery when he was 10, and that was nerve-wracking. In hospital for a week. It's very nerve-wracking when your children have a physical medical problem, and even more so because if he goes in to have this sorted, unlike when he was a child, I won't be allowed to stay with him. You know, I know he's grown up and he's got a girl and all this stuff, but he'll be in a hospital that I can't get to other than by ferry. And I'm just like, what if something happens? You know, I won't be able to get there. Also, it's not very nice, is it, being on your own when you've got to have major surgery? I know it's not major surgery, but it is to me, you know? I remember saying that to his surgeon when he was 10, and he was like, you know, these operations are 10 a penny, I could do this in my sleep. I went, that's fine, but not on my son. Oh man, my battery's low on my fucking camera. Which I guess means I will be back in a bit. Yeah, no, I said to the surgeon, I was like, yeah, okay, you might do like 20 of these operations a week. But you're not doing them on my kid, are you? And he was like, no, okay, fair enough, I understand what you're saying. So yeah, anyway, he gets to have this ECG, 24 hours, let me take it back. And then next week, we go to Southampton and he has this MRI, and then hospital again in November to talk to the consultant and see what she says. I had to laugh. Daryl's off school. He's got diarrhoea. He's had it since Sunday. It's not major, well, not since Sunday anyway, but it is enough that school policy says he can't go in. Fair enough, you know, we're not bothered. So I emailed the school last night and said, yeah, he's still not coming in, he's still got it. Oh, have you called the doctor? What for? Yeah, because he's had diarrhoea more than 2 days. I had it last week and he had it for about 5 days. So I'm like, no, I am not going to waste a doctor's appointment for, you know, 2 or 3 days of diarrhoea. He's not really chronic. He's not like on the toilet every 5 minutes. Just a couple times a day. But because they have this policy, it means he can't go into school. I'd have sent him if it weren't for this policy. I overfilled my powder thing a bit. Yeah, I mean, I would have sent him back in today. Or maybe even yesterday, because he's been absolutely fine. But they have a policy, so I can't. Lovely. Stinks in here. My cat's decided that I think she's dying, personally. She's 22, and I think this is the room that she's decided this is going to be it. But the second she's peed in her litter box, she's then like, that's it, I'm not going to use the litter box anymore. And I keep forgetting to come in and like check it. So once she's peed in the litter box once, she then decides to shit under the desk. Not only that, but her urine smells so strong. And before you all get on my case and go, oh, you should take her to the vet. I'm not taking her to the vet. She's 22. She doesn't want to go. You know. She's not in any pain. She's quite content. My camera is about to die. The battery symbol has now gone bright red. So yeah, I'm not going to subject her to the stress of going in a cat box to the vet to then have medication forced on her. It's Thursday. It's my birthday. Huh, happy birthday. So my mum is hungry, so let's see. We've just taken the equipment back after Matthew's 24-hour ECG, and considering it's festival week, Newport was surprisingly quiet. It's normally heaving. I made a cake last night, Victoria sponge. I'm seeing Carl later. I've seen Matthew already, and Callie and the kids are on their way up, so yeah. I don't know about Xander. I rarely see Xander for things like this. He's sort of meh about that kind of thing, so you know, he's probably forgotten. I think he's got a date. So yeah. And my mum surprisingly remembered, which was quite a shock really. My mum normally forgets things like birthdays. She's really bad with dates. But I walked in this morning to get her coffee mug and she was like, happy birthday. Oh, okay, thank you. Alright. This morning my mama is having steak. Sirloin steak. They wrap it, right? It's like in cling film packaging. They don't tell you how to get it out properly. It's a pain in the ass to open these, because when you try and peel the top, part of the cardboard comes with it. It's like, well, how am I supposed to open it then? You know, it's impossible. It's not possible. And you just end up ripping it into tiny little fucking shards. It winds me up. Fucking hate opening these. It literally just peels away, look, in little bits. Oh. Why do they wrap steak like that? Oh. Grandchildren are here. I'll see you later. So I had a great day. No, I really did. Yesterday was awesome. Callie bought me some flowers, some solar lights for my garden, a lemon drizzle cake. They turned up with snacks and stuff for the kids. Rob made me a fantastic Kinder Bueno milkshake. I had a really, really good day. Then in the evening, Mum was like, go get Chinese, and she was paying. So I was like, great. I was like, I don't really want to actually. I'm not feeling that hungry, but I thought I'd go down and get it because Chinese always lasts a couple of nights. And I thought I'd just have a little bit, you know. So I went, we had a little bit, and I had one drink. Stayed up till about midnight watching some Star Trek with Kyle, and then I went to bed. Now, Daryl's been off all week with a gastro bug, basically. He's had diarrhea. Other than that, he's been alright, you know. I woke up at 4 o'clock, half 4, something like that, with bloating and gassy. Daryl wants breakfast. So I was like, oh. I got up, went to the toilet, sat there for 10 minutes. Lots of wind, not much else, you know. Go back to bed. Went back to bed. Hour or so later I got up. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit sick again. Hour or so later I got up and I went back into the bathroom and sat there and finally manages to produce a little bit. It wasn't straining, just sat there, you know. And then explosively vomited. A lot. I was very, very, very sick. Then I had to fucking clean the sink because I was sick in the sink. So at the moment I'm walking around with a bucket. Yeah, so I sort of cleaned the sink. Came down, got myself a drink of cold water because my throat was then sore, and went back to bed. got up at 7:20 to make Mum's cup of tea and to get the dogs in. I've got dogs today. I'm supposed to be taking those out for a walk this morning. And then I went back to bed. It's now 9:30. I've just got up. My stomach still hurts. I've got diarrhea, really bad diarrhea. And I feel sick. So I feel really guilty because Nikki's going away for the weekend and wanted me to walk the dogs. And I had to tell her I can't do it when I let them in this morning. And I'm supposed to take my grandchildren to Amazon today. That ain't going to happen either. Because I just don't feel up to it. I feel really bad. Because my grandson was so excited yesterday. Nanny, take me Amazon World. Nanny, Amazon World. Yeah, we'll go tomorrow, You know, we'll go and we'll show me all the animals and we'll do this and we'll do that. And he was so excited. So I text Callie after I was sick. If I'd be able to see him when she woke up. And I just said, I've just been really, really sick. I've also cancelled Dan coming to finish the bathroom because I just like, if I need to go and, you know. He tends to use the toilet as a tabletop and, well, you know what it's like if you've got diarrhea. You kind of don't have time to wait sometimes. Yeah, Daryl. Come get it. Pinky's chasing seagulls in the garden. What are you barking at?
A seagull.
It's outside, you tit! So, yeah, I feel quite crappy. So I'm going to try a cup of tea to soothe my throat. Because, you know, life for a sick mum doesn't stop, does it? See how it goes. Good morning. It's Saturday. Yeah. Yesterday I was very poorly. 5 o'clock in the morning I threw my guts up. I had major diarrhea. Thought, oh, I've caught what Daryl's been off of all week. But it seems to have cleared up to a point where, you know, I got hungry about 4 or 5 o'clock yesterday and managed some dinner, so that was something. I went to bed about 10:30. Woke up at 7 this morning with a migraine because I hadn't had caffeine yesterday, so I'm now in caffeine withdrawal again. So I go along with it and see it through again. Yeah, so I feel a bit yuck. My stomach still feels a bit, you know, flipped on its head. So another quiet day, I think. I've had a migraine pill, so I feel quite spaced out. That's about 7:20. It's now 9:45. So I'm just hoping that I'm not sick today again. I'm gonna end up in bed all fucking day again. I don't want that. So we've got laundry on. I'm trying to carry on so everything is normal, because you do that, don't you? Just deliver breakfast. Yeah. I'm trying to carry on so everything is normal. Pretending to myself that I don't feel like shit warmed up. With sugar sprinkled on top. But we'll see how we go. It's time for lunch. Mum wants some chicken and some veg. So she likes her chicken done in the air fryer. wish I'd bought just a little single one. I've got a big 2-drawer one, and 9 times out of 10 I only use the 1 drawer, so I kind of wish, like, you know, I didn't have such a big air fryer. But that's just one of them things, okay. So I still feel awful. I feel like headachy and sick. My stomach hurts. Keep dozing off. So I think this is a sort of cross between a migraine and whatever is wrong with my stomach. Daryl's back at school on Monday, so that'll be something. Right, Mother is going to have half a carrot because she can't eat a whole one. Slice some Brussels sprouts. And some potatoes. There's been a chocolate bar sat on my worktop for the past 3-4 days. The chocoholic in me is like, and then my stomach goes, yeah, fuck no. I did manage some scampi yesterday. I had scampi and chips for dinner because I thought I want something sort of relatively bland, you know, so as not to upset the status quo. And I was starving by the time I ate it, and I'm getting to the point where I'm hungry now. But the thought of eating just makes me want to hurl. Okay, some potatoes, some Brussels and some carrots. So, fun fact which you may not have noticed in the millions and millions of times you may have seen my kitchen. I don't have hob, or what you in the US call a stovetop. What you put your saucepans on top of. Cookertop, stovetop, hob, what do you call it? I don't have one. Proof? Hang on. That's my kitchen, that side. There's a chopping board, worktop, air fryer, all the way through to the bread bin. I've got a cupboard, door to the hallway, my fridge, my microwave, my kettle area. Going around, I've got the back door, I've got the sink. So, how do I cook in a saucepan, you might be asking? I have a portable hob. We discovered these when we had the camper van. And we bought a couple. Not realising at the time that you had to be hooked up to an electrical hookup with your van to use it, because they are mains plugs, not you know, not off a generator or anything like that. So we had these hobs that we basically couldn't use because we always wild camped. But when I moved back in here, I didn't have a cooktop put in because I have quite a small kitchen. Yeah, it's only 9 foot square. So I thought, oh, I'll just use the, you know, I'll use the portable hob, the camping hob as we called it. This is how I cook. And you might think, well, that's awfully, like, awkward. But it isn't, because at the end of the day, it's induction. So I'm just going to angle you slightly. There you go. It's an induction hob. So, I don't need any specialist equipment. I just use regular saucepans and that on it. That's my air fryer now going. I have an oven. You know, I have the oven part of it, yeah. So that's my oven, so I can cook things in there. I just didn't want the stovetop because when we moved back in here, they only did like big 4 ring ones, which would take up a lot of space in my little itty bitty kitchen, and I didn't want that. So I said, no, I'll just use the camping hob. And we had two, so it seemed like a really, really good idea at the time. And to be honest, I coped really well with just one. You know, I used the oven and the one ring. Occasionally I've gone, oh God, I wish we had two. Then we've got the air fryer, which I must admit I use more for mum than I do for me. I probably won't ever use it again once I'm not using it for mum. I've done vegetable steamers, you know, I've got a microwave. So there are 101 ways around it. And plus the fact at the end of the day, like if I want to bake, I can wipe the hob down, I put it away in a drawer, and then I've gained, you know, loads of the cooker-top space, countertop space, which just, you know, just makes my life that much easier, I must admit. It really does. So, yeah. It works for us. It works for us. Anyway, that's lunch on for her now. I'm going to go sit down. No, I'm not. I'm going to go hang the laundry out because it's one of those days where it's sunny but windy. So, yeah, let's get on with that. Probably wondering why I only do one thing at a time and keep walking backwards and forwards. Mainly because it helps get my steps in. Not only that, but as a chronic pain sufferer, I tend to stiffen up if I sit still too long, which I'm very guilty of doing. So this way it helps keep me moving. Not only that, but I'd have to bend down to the floor to get each item out of the wash basket, and I don't fancy doing that. These aren't sweatpants. These are for like when I wash my hands at night to stop the water running all over the floor down my arms. So that's that jobbed. As my grandmother used to say. Bad. Turn it up just a little bit. It cooks up to 240 degrees, that hot top, so yeah. Chicken's got just under 3 minutes left, so awesome, we're doing well. Nearly ready. Okay, chicken's cooked. It's just beeped it at me. That's law, you have to do that whenever you get your tongs out and you activate them, you have to go to make sure that they're working, otherwise they won't work properly. I bet you didn't know that. Anyway, Mother's chicken leg is beautiful and crispy golden. That's 20 minutes at 200 in an air fryer, 200 centigrade. Mine have little feet, so that when you rest them, the tongue bit doesn't touch the countertop. Genius. So, now, instead of going through all the hassle of taking the vegetables out of the water, I just drain a little bit off. Excuse me. And then we use gravy granules. With the veg still in there. Do you do it this way? I mean, how do you prepare gravy? In England we have like gravy granules. Bisto or Oxo are the most common. This is chicken flavour. And you literally add granules to boiling hot water. Now, one way I found to do it is, or one way that makes it taste amazing, is if you use the water that you boiled your vegetables in. So, I literally pour the granules in. The heat is off now. The fan you can hear is just this cooling down. stir it with the vegetables in place until your gravy is the thickness that you want it to be, really, and then you just add it all onto the plate at once. My mum showed me this way of doing it not that long ago. It was a shortcut for her because obviously where her mobility was at the time declining, still declining, but she was still quite mobile then, it was a way for her to not have to keep going backwards and forwards, you know. When I was a kid, she used to pour the water out into a jug, and she used to do it all in a jug like that, and then pour it over the veg. But she came up this way a couple of years back, and it works brilliantly, and I've stolen it because it's great. It means the gravy permeates your veg as well, which is awesome. My mum likes quite thick gravy. There you go, that's the fan now off, so this is now, the hob's now, sorry, that's me pressing it. The hob's now cooled down to a sufficient temperature to be touched if you wanted to now. That's how quick it is, it's great. Gravy is starting to thicken and look amazing. But she likes it thicker than that, so we'll add a little bit more. That will be enough, I can see it well. So basically what you end up with is this. Veg cooking in gravy, if you like. Genius idea. Genius. That gravy's thickening up rather nicely, so you just then pour it onto the plate. Remove the chicken. That's quite a lot of gravy, but that's fine. That's fine. That is actually a shit ton of gravy. Never mind. She can manage. I don't like to give her too much because she might spill it on myself. Which, you know, scolds on the elderly is not a good thing. Let's take some out now. That should be sufficient. Wipe off. There we go. Go and deliver this. Right, it's time to do the washing up. Tidy up the kitchen and just generally get it ready for dinner tonight. So yeah, just angle you a bit so you can see. You're just behind the kitchen sink, so that's the tap in case you're wondering what this is. Let's move out of the way. So yeah, basically now everything just goes back in its drawers, you know. Keep out the bits that need to be washed, such as the drawer the chicken cooked in, that the air fryer can now go away. I used to have a really big kitchen down at the other house when I had 4 small children. I had a massive kitchen. I knocked a kitchen and dining room into one because we never ate in the dining room, we were slobs. So yeah, I knocked the wall down and had the kitchen and the dining room as one, which was great. It really, really was. But I've discovered that if I have a bigger kitchen, I just make more mess, really. And then it was more cleaning and tidying for me to do, which was just an effort. And I found I struggled with that for a long time. I struggled because I had this massive kitchen that only I was working at to keep clean, because teenagers just, you know, they're assholes and they don't do that kind of thing. So when I decided to move out of that house, and I went to move on the mainland for a bit, in Romsey, just outside of Southampton, if you're curious. I moved into a little 3-bed house that had a kitchen that was even slightly smaller than this. I loved it. I love to bring back in a small kitchen, and just, you know, said that I would never go back to having a huge kitchen again, and I haven't. So, you know, I now live here with this, and I don't know why my tap started doing that. Yeah, I much prefer it, much prefer it. Anyway, our battery's going to die, so I'm going to get on and do the washing up. All clean. Dishes are draining, sides have been wiped down, everything's been put away. Well, you know, the dishes will be put away later, but the hob and the air fryer have been put away, and yeah, I can relax now until dinner time, I guess. I'd like to go back to bed now. Unfortunately, there's nobody else to do what I gotta do. It's days like this that I hate that I'm on my own, but then, you know, nobody else would do it, right, would they? You know. So, yeah. I ordered hair bleach, by the way. It's coming, I think, Monday. And Callie said she would come up and help me bleach my hair when it arrives. We'll probably like sit out in the garden, and she'll bleach my hair, and we'll see how lifted we can get this. And then I did a little bit of research online. It says to wait like at least 2 days before you dye it, so I guess I'm going around with yellow hair or hopefully whitish hair for a bit, and then I'll see if I can find pale sort of silver dye, and we'll dye it, and then we'll go from there on to whether I'm going to extend it or not. I did message somebody about providing me with the extensions. It's the lady who provided me with those luxury end extensions, and she read it and she hasn't answered me, so I'm guessing she doesn't want to do it. So might make my own, I don't know. Battery's about to die.